Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if you wonder about that strange title, stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message about this historic, never before seen shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness, never done for a whole population of people. So that's great. But first, we're going to start with a reaction to something you suggested. It's Sabyan, DEEN, ASSALAM. Hopefully I pronounced that right. But here we go.
كل هذه الأرض ما تكفي مساحة لو نعيش بلا سماحة وانت
Okay, so I'm just gonna break in for a second. I did get the one with the English subtitles, so if you want to follow that along, it says the whole earth will be cramped if we don't live with tolerance, but if living with feelings of love, and you can follow along from here, but that, so you know.
لو تضيق الأرض نسكن كالجل كل هذه الأرض ما تكفي مساحة لو نعيش بلا سماحة وانت عايزنا بحب لو تضيق الأرض نسكن كالغم التحية وبسلام أنشروا أحلى الكلام زي نود يحترام أب محبة وابتسام أنشروا بين الأنام هذا هو دين السلام.
Wow, so look at that, you know. It's talking about this is the Muslim something of peace, and that, you know, spreading love, giving a smile, all this, you know. And I knew it. I have not read that Quran. I started reading it, but frankly, it's like the beginning of the Bible. At the start of it is like, you know, just so kind of tedious in the beginning, you know. It just keeps it going. In the Old Testament, the Bible is the same way. So I didn't get through it, but I tell you, I swore that you would find in that holy book peace, love, and goodness. Yet man makes the world into something totally different. You see, so what the Bible says or the Quran is different from what man does with it in kind of nasty ways as well. But here she's talking about what is really there for the Muslim religion, and I think this is wonderful. Let me go back and hear this again. And she's got a beautiful, sweet little voice, doesn't she? What a sweet little voice.
زي نود يحترام أب محبة وابتسام أنشروا بين الأنام هذا هو دين السلام.
She says this is the Muslim religion of peace. So I'm telling you, the religions at their core have a different message than what we do with it, right? I'm telling you.
كل هذه الأرض ما تكفي مساحة لو نعيش بلا سماحة وانت عايزنا بحب لو تضيق الأرض نسكن كالغم التحية وبسلام أنشروا أحلى الكلام زي نود يحترام أب محبة
charming she is. Look at her beautiful, sweet little face. And this is fifth dimension. I want you to know. Everything she's describing there about how people treat each other is fifth dimensional. Oh my goodness. Let's go back a little and see her sweet little face. Look at her. Oh, wow. Wow. So beautiful. So beautiful in every way. I mean, the singing, the beautiful sound of it. The sound like just feels so good on your body, like it just makes you peaceful and happy and loving. And the words about love, about spreading peace. And by the way, coming from the Muslim religion, I know I always tell people every religion, a couple of satanic ones, but those we're not talking about, but pretty much every religion has at the core the same thing: love, peace, goodness, harmony, spreading the light. It's at every religion. Now, men come in and they say, well, how can I use this religion to control the people, or to get all the power I can, or to get all the money I can? The people in power, they did that with the Christian church, the Catholic church. They did it certainly with the Muslim people, right? They've controlled them and had them do horrible things in the name of God or Allah, which is exactly the opposite of what she's singing here. And we Christians have done horrible things in the name of God, the Crusades and all of this terrible stuff. See, it's not the religions that have the problem as a rule at the core. It's how people take them and manipulate them so for their own nasty, dirty purposes. But at a core, every religion, I would say even arguably every human heart, has a desire for love and joy and peace. And some people just became just nasty from the terrible experiences of life, and they just became nasty cusses, right? And they wanted the power and they wanted the money and all of that. But for the most part, if you stripped away all those horrible experiences of life, you have beings who want love, peace, harmony, bliss, and all of that, joy with each other. You have that. And this song is so flippin' high in vibration. I've got to put on my scale. 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger. 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, joy, peace, bliss, harmony. This is up, 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 up. I'm going to give this a 9.89. This is so loving, so beautiful, so profound. So profound. Wow. So that's what we're looking at when we're talking about the fifth dimension, by the way. That's the world of it, okay? and plus the beautiful earth springing up as her most vibrant beauty and luscious life and greenery and everything and gorgeous beauty everywhere, man-made and nature-made. All of that, you know. So that was really wonderful. I loved it. I loved it. And if you love this, by the way, go ahead and give me a like. Give her a like. She did a great job. It's always in the notes for you. And subscribe. And if you'd like to share, please share as well. But yes, I just so enjoyed that. By the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me personally, you can go to the About Me video on this channel, which leads you to a longer video about my sort of forged in the fire of this reality journey here. And then also there's a link in the notes to About Lorelei on Patreon, which kind of lists some of the things I've created. And now I have membership tiers. So come on and be with me. Because the algorithm in YouTube is a little constricting to be able to just do everything that you want to do for people. So what I'm doing is the first tier is all the bunch of things, just a mishmash of things that you guys want, different artists and things you've requested. And the second one is going to be strings of your favorite artists. That's fan faves. And then I'll do like 7 or 8 of your favorite artists and then move to another favorite artist and like that. And then the last one is where I'm going to give you some uplifting content from me personally, like readings or affirmations or songs. Right now we're doing Saint Germain I Am discourses. So powerful. I'm reading those to you. So I would love to see you there in my member tiers if you're interested. Okay then, what is my 5th dimensional message for today? Let's revisit timelines. Let's revisit timelines. You know, we actually know about timelines. Let me just tell you, we actually know about timelines. Because who's watched the movie Back to the Future? Have you watched the movie Back to the Future? What happens in Back to the Future? In Back to the Future, he goes back in time and things change. Like things change from what he does there in back in time. From what he does there, it puts other people and the entire mishmash of it on a different path. That's what a timeline is. It's a different path. So the mishmash of what he did differently put everybody on a different path. So now he comes back and the whole area that they lived in completely changed. It's totally different, right? Because those people got on a different path. You see, there's always this whole bunch of potential realities going on at any given time. In fact, some will even say those realities are all existent, except it depends which reality you put your divine God focus on, what one you're in, kind of thing. However that works, okay, whatever the case may be, there are all those potentials of where you could be living with your divine focus and knowing, you know, that you're there, right? Like we are here, right? Okay? And when you change to a different path, everything changes. Now we see this, and this came up recently because I did a couple of videos on this thing they call the Mandela effect. And you see in the Mandela effect that people had a certain thought about whether a whole bunch of different things, but let's just take for an example whether Mandela was alive. A whole bunch of people remember Mandela being killed, and a whole bunch of other people say, no, he's always been alive, and suddenly he came out of jail, right? So what happened there was a shift in the path or the timeline. I'm not sure which of those people shifted up or down or whatnot, you know, but a certain segment of the population got onto another path. And as we now understand, different from Back to the Future now, because Back to the Future showed pretty much everybody in that whole sphere of his acquaintances, everything changed for everybody. But now what we understand from the Mandela effect is that it can change for certain people in a collective reality. That could change for certain people and not change for other people. Some people could be still on the same older timeline, whichever timeline. I would say, I don't know which of those timelines is more sort of advanced, if you will. I don't really know, because it's all a mishmash of what, you know, things happen and whatnot. But some people got on an advanced timeline and some people didn't. Or some people always were on the advanced timeline and some people weren't. if some people can change then halfway through to the other timeline, in that case, maybe they remember both. Like me, I kind of think that, like, I remember him being dead, but then now I'm like, okay, well, he's alive. Okay, no worries. You know? But some people be like, no, it was always this way. And other people, no, it was always this way. So I don't know if that having the both of them kind of suggests a shift or a change in some direction. I don't know. But all I do know is that in concrete space and time, in the quantum reality that we all live inside, if you change from one path to another path, or you change your timeline, you upgrade it or you downgrade it sometimes. If you get onto a different path, things change. Like things like you think would be concrete set in stone, like somebody died or somebody didn't die. That changes completely. And there's a lot of things, like there's Jif peanut butter, and a lot of people swear it was Jiffy. I swear it was Jiffy at one point, right? I mean, there's whether the Star Wars Luke Skywalker, whether Darth Vader said, "No, I am your father," or "Luke, I am your father." One people remembers one, the other people remember the other. It's a timeline shift that happened. And we don't typically see this, and you know why we haven't typically seen this maybe throughout the years, is because throughout the years people have saying dog along on the same timeline, all collectively on a path. So if you had Jesus come in and he shifted things, right, for himself and others, and Buddha shifted things for the self and others, and, you know, some other really greats, you know, Moses or whoever, right? But for the most part, the population's all dogging along, all on the same or similar timeline, right? Not really seeing any difference. This is an historic time because people are changing at rapid, almost quantum rates of change compared to how change usually happens in the cosmos. This is like unbelievable rate of people changing, like people waking up, awakening to what's going on. And various levels of the awakening. My first awakening was when I realized, you know, that I had a husband with an alcohol problem. Next, I realized what a mess I was, right? And then I had to start working on me. All these were levels of awakening as we got higher and higher. You know, as you get higher, you get different levels of awakening. And you're changing your timeline. You're changing your timeline. You're changing your timeline. And sometimes these changes that a whole bunch of people are making at the same time make a collective consciousness change that happens for a whole bunch of people, but not for everyone. And that's the quantum nature of reality. It's really extraordinary. It's so hard for the human brain to even comprehend that some people on this earth that we're in right now could have a reality where some person died, and other people could have a total reality where that person didn't die, right? It's like, it just, our human brains can't even comprehend this kind of a thing, right, going on, but it is in fact going on. And many of our movies, they weren't messing around. They were telling us what's a kind of a version of what's going on, not the whole thing, but something that we could sort of somewhat accept with our limited human minds, you know, like this Back to the Future business, you know. So this is the deal. So what we want to be is, of course, on the highest timeline possible. We want to be on the timeline that is going to fifth dimensional Earth, right? So we do that by we keep upgrading ourselves. We keep like uplifting ourselves, I should say. We keep uplifting ourselves and our consciousness to a higher place, being in the joy, being in the love, being in the peace, being in the harmony, being in the bliss. And when we fall down, we bring it up again, right? We do what we do. That's kind of what's going on in my third tier, where I'm going to give you lots of tools to just kind of keep uplifting yourself, right? Because we want to be on that. I know I want to be on that timeline. I want to be on that fifth dimensional Earth. There's not any worry about it, concern, by the way, because there are going to be 3 waves of people passing through to the higher dimensions. So you got time, but I would get going. I wouldn't wait around, you know. That's, I mean, you got time, but I wouldn't at this point lollygag, if you will, because it's coming. Don't be concerned, but get in action. That's what I mean. Kind of something like that, you know. So, okay, beloved ones, I am sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy. If you need some help, by the way, in any way to get on a timeline, that you want to be on a better timeline, you want to be in the happiness, the joy, the peace, the bliss, have your life show up like that, by all means, look at my Patreon About Lorelei page, because there are various things I can also offer you besides being in my tears. So, okay, beloved ones, I'm sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease, the abundance, the all of it. Here it comes now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.